Another round of allegations is surfacing against Ian Roberts, the former Iowa superintendent arrested by ICE agents last Friday. Roberts was hired at multiple school systems across the country despite having criminal charges and deportation orders. On his 2023 job application obtained by the Associated Press, Roberts falsely claimed to have had a doctorate in urban education leadership from Morgan State University. The university confirmed he never completed that program. Roberts is also accused of registering to vote in Maryland. His name, birthday, and address appears active on public voter rolls, though state election officials say records do not show a voting history.
And as we know, Roberts also spent nearly 8 years working for Baltimore City schools. New tonight, we're learning he's been accused of pressuring teachers to change students' grades while serving as a Baltimore principal. Fox 45's Rebecca Pryor live with some of the details of this for us. Rebecca.
Yeah, Mary, as if this list of allegations wasn't long enough already, Roberts is now being tied to Baltimore City's long-standing grade-changing scandal.
As the controversies surrounding Ian Roberts continue making headlines nationwide, tonight, Fox 45 uncovering an old lawsuit revealing new allegations stemming back to his time with Baltimore City schools. While serving as the principal at Friendship Academy of Science and Technology, a teacher accusing him of pressuring staff to improve students' grades without cause, even for classes they never attended. The teacher, who was later fired, suing the school system and Roberts for wrongful termination. The lawsuit alleging Dr. Roberts' actions were meant to make a failing school appear successful. That was back in 2009, but the lawsuit wasn't filed until 2013. In turn, the school system successfully arguing the statute of limitations had run out. BCPS also claiming the teacher harassed and threatened school leaders, including delivering a bat to the HR department with a letter reading in part, "I hope it feels good to beat a teacher." Another message reading, "This is why children are not learning." A decade later,
to pass students along or just round the grades, it does a disservice.
Maryland Inspector General for Education Rick Henry confirming serious allegations of widespread grade changing inside city schools. The findings released in 2022 after a 1.5-year-long investigation.
What was very stunning to us.
This is actually insane. I'm not surprised that this is what's going on, because this guy went through the lengths of literally forging his entire life or falsifying who he was as a person his entire life. This guy wasn't an American, was registered to vote, said he went to MIT and got a master's from there, but never, the school already confirmed he never actually went there. Say he went to Morgan State University and got a doctorate there, never went to that school. And somebody needs to get fired in Iowa and in a lot of these other places. How is it that they hire this guy to be in charge of children in the United States and there is no background check conducted on this gentleman? They didn't know who he was? Don't you have to run a background check when you're going to work especially if you're going to work with kids, but when you're going to work for a public school system? Because they got to make sure you're not some sort of PDF file or some sort of, abuser or, some sort of criminal, which this guy was a criminal, had a criminal record. So the school did not do its due diligence, or the school system within these places did not do their due diligence to look up who this guy was and if his credentials were legit. Because isn't that what they tell us, that wherever you go get hired, especially when it involves, giving your credentials and giving all your stuff, they do a background check that will show if you actually went to a school and got a credential, but none of this was conducted for him. Something is fishy here. Something is not adding up. I do not understand how this happens, and this guy gets away with it for so long. This guy was in a school vehicle with a loaded weapon. In a school vehicle, as the superintendent, was making $300,000 a year of taxpayer dollars as an illegal immigrant, and falsified his entire life and gave himself credentials that he never had. Somebody needs to be held accountable for this. In Iowa, in Baltimore, and even this is insane. He was trying to make a failing school look better. Everyone knows that Baltimore has one of the worst school systems in the country. And you making your school look better wasn't going to change that actual fact. But this guy's just been a thief and a con man and a liar his entire life. And these are the people that the liberals were arguing that we should be fighting for. He's doing everything right. He's here. And he's working with children when he wasn't even supposed to be because he already had criminal charges. I hope they get him out of here expeditiously and bar him from ever entering the United States of America. Because usually when they bar you, they bar you for a set amount of time. I believe it's like 10 years. But I mean, him having a criminal record would have made that impossible anyways. Even if his bar from re-entry expired, it would have been extremely difficult for him having a criminal record for him to gain entry back into the United States. That's why a lot of people actually have a problem with the government, because they marry people with criminal records who then leave the country and try to come back, but they're not allowed to come back. And they say, well, they're married to an American citizen. Yes, the American citizen is allowed to come back because they're an American citizen. But America doesn't have to allow your spouse to enter the country just because you married them. That would be a surefire way to get terrorists to be able to enter the country. That would be an easy loophole. Get a terrorist to marry some woman who's an American citizen and let him in because she's an American citizen and they must be together. No, you can be as an American citizen and join him in his country and get citizenship over there if you guys want to live together. But this is insane. I hope they get this guy out of here as soon as possible, because this shouldn't have happened in the first place. And something needs to happen. Somebody needs to be held accountable, because it doesn't make any sense that this guy was working in the public school system and no one knew that all his credentials were fake. But that's all I got for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends. And if you have anything you want me to react to, the link is in the description box below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.